Hi, I'm Alicia, and I would like to talk about employment in Canada's construction and maintenance industry. It is anticipated to grow by 50,000 workers by 2029. When coupled with the anticipated retirement of more than 257,000 construction workers over the same period, the industry will need to recruit more than 307,000 workers over the decade to keep pace with demand, according to the labor market forecast released by BuildForce Canada. Saskatchewan anticipates that hiring needs will be driven primarily by the expected retirement of 9,100 workers over the coming decade. Under the current outlook scenario based on tracked major projects and overall construction trends, industry is expected to meet hiring requirements by recruiting and training new entrants aged 30 and younger. In addition to meeting moderate growth requirements, Alberta's construction industry will need to replace an estimated 41,000 workers expected to retire over the next decade, while transitioning to a more local construction labor force. In Alberta, the average unemployment rate is 7%. This is Saskatchewan's distribution of construction employment in 2020. 20% is non-residential maintenance, 35% is engineering, 20% industrial, commercial, and institutional, 20% residential, renovation, and maintenance. Also, 10% goes to housing. This is Alberta's distribution of construction employment in 2020. 11% is non-residential maintenance, 20% is non-oil sands engineering, 13% is oil sands, 17% is industrial, commercial, and institutional, 19% residential, renovations, and maintenance, and lastly, 21% for new housing. Figure number 2 shows the changes in the residential labor force in Saskatchewan. In 2019, labor force sat at 12,611. In 2029, we estimated that 14,859 employees will be added to the labor force. We will need to add approximately 2,000 workers in order to meet that criteria. The available labor force in Saskatchewan has one of the youngest populations in Canada, but faces a potential risk of losing youth to other provinces as economic growth slows. Declines in non-residential construction investments are likely to lead some workers to leave the industry or province in 2020 and 2021. Many workers, however, will need to be attracted back by 2022 to meet the expected increase in employment demands related to proposed major projects. An estimated 6,500 workers are anticipated to exit the province non-residential labor force over the coming decade due to retirements, which are anticipated to be offset by an estimated 6,900 first-time new entrants aged 30 and younger expected to be drawn into the construction labor force from the local population. Detailed construction employment by gender in Saskatchewan 2019. 2019 construction employment sits at 48,300. On site there is 2,300 females and males sit at 37,500. Altogether on site there's 39,800 workers. Off site there's 4,000 females and 4,500 males. That's a total of 8,500 workers. Detailed construction employment by gender in Alberta 2019. 2019 construction employment sat at 240,900. There is 184,000 workers on site, 12,000 being female and 171,000 males. Now off-site it sits at 57,000 workers, 25,000 female and 31,700 male. This is the 10-year average by 2029 from 2019. 1% is population growth, 16,000 births, 10,000 deaths, 5,900 net migration. The average age is 41%, 21% of current labor force lost to retirement. Women's share of total direct trades and occupations on site in Alberta. Non-residential sits at 6.5%, maintenance 7.3%, renovations 6.7%, new housing 7.6%, residential 7.2%, and that's a total construction of 6.8%. In Alberta, the 10-year average by 2029, starting from 2019, 1.6% population growth, 56. In Saskatchewan, meeting future labor market needs may also require Saskatchewan's construction industry to recruit more new Canadians. Between 2020 and 2029, the province is expected to welcome more than 132,000 newcomers, making the immigrant population a key driver of labor force growth. Alberta in 2016. An estimated 7.6% of non-Indigenous Canadians were employed in the construction industry, compared to 9.6% for the Indigenous population.